My mother was born in Meadville, but her mother died and her father moved to Corey, and my dad was born in Corey. I knew none of my grandparents hardly. My grandfather died the year I was born, and so my grandmother was going to lose the house, couldn't lose the house, so my folks moved in with her in the homestead on Congress Street. And she kept the master bedroom downstairs where the heat was, and my mother and dad had to go upstairs in an unheated attic. And my mother was pregnant with me then, and I was born up in that cold attic. That's why I'm always cold. And the doctor came, and the nurse was my cousin, Anna Marie Benson. She lived a block away. And her and Dr. O'Hare delivered me. Got drunk. She passed out. He went home. And my mother couldn't get out of the bed. They propped the bed up because she was in such bad shape they thought she was going to die. And I was in a little basket next to her, and she couldn't reach me. She said I cried all night long. Nobody came. They were all drunk. Yeah, not something. That must be why I'm a fighter.
I'll take you home again, Kathleen.
Well, I wanted to show you this. Can you see this?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my mother's engagement ring from
Oh.
my father in 1922. And now I wear it. My mother was quiet, religious, unhappy. My dad had a good job in a shop. But he drank. We never ate supper with him. He never came home. Or if he did, he had built himself a workshop out back, and he had his beer, and he'd sit out there and read. So we never ate with him. He was hardly ever home.
Far away places with strange sounding names.
And then one day I walked up the street and I saw a Corey Public Library. And I was already reading every book in the school, you know. And I thought, wow. And I went up the steps, and in that library, that's a whole new world opened up for me. She showed me where the children's books were. I bypassed it. I was already reading at, adult level. And that summer, I didn't really have any close girlfriends at that time. And I would go to the library every day, every afternoon, and sit down and read all the books that you weren't allowed to take out, the magazines, National Geographic, and all kinds of stuff like that. I would read for a long time. And about a year later, when I was in junior high, we had a substitute teacher. He was a coach, but he was a sub, and he came in the room and he said, "Oh, I know all these boys." And he looked at the girls and he said to me, "I know you." He said, "Do you live at the library?" And I said, "I wish." I think my mother tried to hide the war from us because it was frightening. She thought we were going to be invaded, of course. Everybody did, thought they were going to come into California. And on the other coast would have been us, Pennsylvania. But we'd go to the movies and we saw, that's the only thing you saw, the war, was the news. They showed the news every day before the battles and all that. So it didn't really affect you that much until I was about, I don't know, but I was about 8 years old. I started reading a newspaper every day, so I read all the news about the war.
Well now, gee, but it's great after staying out late, walking my baby back home.
Oh, first grade. We never went anywhere, knew anything. My name, they called me Tiny. Mm-hmm. And when I went to first grade, the teacher asked my name, and I said, "Tiny Hickey." And she said, "No, that's not your name." And I'm like, she said, "You go home and ask your mother what your name is." And I remember I went home and I said, "That stupid teacher said my name's not Tiny." She said I should ask you if I had another name. And she was really, she never dreamt that, I didn't know my name. She said, "It's Anna Marie." And the next day the nun said, "Did you find out your name?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "What is it?" I said, "Tiny Anna Marie." And she was just, I think she thought she had a real dummy on her hands. She didn't even know her own name.
Magic moments when two hearts are connected.
So I graduated in 53 from there. And I like to go to my class reunions. I don't know why, because I didn't have many friends there. Rosie and I were friends. But I wasn't in anything. Didn't belong to anything.
The smartest one in the class.
And I got a school letter for being the smartest girl in the class.
Every year.
Yeah, I had the best average. That's because I like to read. If you read, you can do anything. So, yeah. I remember having to go up on the stage and give my letter. And I had a blue sweater I bought, and my mother sewed my letter on it. Big C, Corey. I don't know where that sweater is.
I think I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Sure.
It must be around somewhere. Maybe it's my cedar chest, huh? Yeah, I was really proud of that letter. Smartest girl in the class.
Say goodnight, not goodbye. You will never leave my heart behind. Like the path of a star, I'll be anywhere you are. In the spark that lies beneath the coals, in the secret place inside your soul, keep my light in your eyes. Say goodnight, not goodbye. Don't you fear when you dream, waking up is never what it seems. Like a jewel very deep, like a promise meant to keep. You are everything you wanna be, so just let your heart reach out to me. I'll be right by your side. Say goodnight, not goodbye.
Look who beats everybody down here. Teasters, how good they're teasters.
You are everything you wanna be, so just let your heart reach out to me. Keep my life